Hi, this is Mike again with the quick how-to on to create an empty template. An empty template, as I stated previously, is just a container for sounds. It basically mirrors a caustic track, but it allows library item import and export. So to create an empty template, we select template and new empty. Name, my new template, and tap OK. It saves the template in the project, and it creates, you see these 14 slots, which are the 14 machine tracks in Caustic. Now, in this initial version, you select a grid item, and you have the option of create an empty. So tap the empty, and you can create any of the machines. So select a KS synth. It automatically adds KS synth, so if you just want to keep that, you can just tap OK. It has the 10 character limit like Caustic does, and it creates a new KS synth without a preset. The next option is create from presets. So this is the same as Caustic, and you're probably wondering, wow, what's interesting about this? Well, this application, if you select it, it opens an audio engine which kind of switches out the audio engine to a preview engine, and instead of like in Caustic where you have to create a machine and then select a preset, this is kind of the opposite, where you can go into your presets and you can select audition, and you can then go into whatever you want. Whoa, that's loud. And you can hear the stuff. So the bass line. And then you can go back and select a beatbox. So you can see, it's a little easier to find what you want because you don't have to, you can just say, what sound do I want? Instead of just thinking, oh, okay, I gotta create a machine and then find a sound. That's kind of handy with the beatbox because you can hear it. And everything is auditionable. The modular. So you get the idea. So we can just select something, a PCM synth, and call it strings. It's creating a machine here. And now you have that. We can save the template in the project. And now everything's saved. And then the third option is create from sound, which right now we don't have any sounds because we just started the application. So we'll take the strings and export it as a sound. This is very simple. There's more things like metadata and stuff like that, but this is the most simplest. So we select a sound name, and we selected the sound, export sound, so that will take it into the library directory. So we can name the sound, my sound. You can see the creator was entered because that's in my settings that I showed previously. It automatically adds a couple tags. You can say cool strings and a description. All this metadata is for down the road when you use the library manager to open up this stuff and preview it, so you'll have all this data before you open it. So if you're sharing things from other people, they can add descriptions to the items, all library items, and then you can read them. So then select OK, and it will save, it'll export the sound to your library. And if you note here, save, I selected sound, and that just automatically saves it to your predefined sound library directory, but the save sound as, export sound as, that will allow you to specifically select your directory that you want to save it in. So now we can select another slot and select sound, and then we'll tap this library, this books icon. It takes you to the library that you have specified in your settings, which is Caustic Guide Library. So we're in the library. Actually, when I did the settings, I selected Caustic Guide instead of the library, the last video I did, so it's on this setting that I entered previously. But by default, it would be in a library directory. So we select sound, and there it is, the strings. And you can audition it, just like a preset. And then if you tap meta, when you select the sound, you can see the metadata. See the sound name, the creator, the vendor, the URL, the tags, the description. It's all here, so that'll come in really handy when you're building up libraries or sharing things. So then select OK. Since this sound was exported from just a raw preset, it has default everything, so it's basically this that we're importing, just the binary preset, the Caustic PCM synth preset. So we can name it sound string, and then tap OK, and now we have a duplicate of the strings preset, but it was imported as a sound. And in the next video, I'll show how to import a Caustic file and then export the sounds. And those will hold all the mixer settings, etc. And then we can save it. And then the final, you see in the tools, is export as an import a group. And we haven't created a group yet. So we will go here to groups, and you can see this, the list I spoke about previously. So we have checkbox items. So we want to save the KS synth, the strings, and the sound as a group. So then you can add metadata to this. So new group, just to show you. And then we can export this. So now we have the group exported, so we can go back to the edit and then select somewhere where there's no overlap and select group. Yeah, we're not going to lose any work. So then we'll go to the library, groups, and we've got the group there. And you can select meta, and we've got the name, and it shows what sounds were exported into this group. So we have the KS synth, the strings, and the sound strings. And I didn't enter a description and no tags. So then when we bring this in, it loads them all in one swoop. And if you exported a group from a Caustic file, you'd have all the patterns and effects and mixer settings of all those sounds that you saved. So that's a quick intro on creating from an empty template.